Yeah. So let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
And after your first, I should say, your first stint in this in that competition, right? Was it NPC back then? Okay.
Yep.
So
It's okay. National Physique Committee.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember the NPC, but I couldn't remember what it stood
okay.
for. So I'm a novice when it comes to that stuff.
That's okay.
So NPC. And then you kind of, let's call it graduated from that, right? That kind of got the athletic juices flowing. You started studying nutrition. You started learning your body.
Yep.
And you went into a phase where you were in CrossFit for a while. So tell me about CrossFit and how that changed your outlook on your physical appearance.
After I've decided, you know what, I can't compete anymore. I was just in a really bad place, like physically and mentally, because I was so discouraged by the fact that I wasn't placing well. And I felt like I was doing all the things my coaches were telling me, and it wasn't working. Nothing was working. And I hired people to help like reverse diet and like figure out my metabolism. And it was just like nothing was working. And I was like, screw it. I kind of just was like, I give up. I'm never competing again. I'm not getting back up on stage. I had a really unhealthy relationship with food because I was scared to eat. I was so scared to eat because for the longest time I'm eating asparagus and chicken or asparagus and tilapia and very limited carbs. So my relationship with food needed work on. I needed to learn how to actually train and be an athlete. I realized that I could do this. I could be an athlete.
Yeah.
I was still young at the time, and I was like, I want to try something that makes me feel good. And actually, where Tom, my husband, was training at the time in Northern California that had jiu-jitsu, they had a CrossFit gym.
Same place?
Same place,
oh,
yes.
That's pretty convenient, man.
It was amazing. So he'd do jiu-jitsu on one side, and I'd be doing CrossFit on the other. And the owner of the gym at the time on the CrossFit side, Freddy Camacho, and now he's married to Chyna Cho. Chyna Cho was like one of the leading CrossFitters at the time. CrossFit Games, I think she's coming second or third. I can't really keep track. I can't remember. But she was my coach. They were both my coaches. And Freddy was one of the coolest men I've ever met. He was head of the SWAT in Union City. He held the golden gloves for boxing. He trained jiu-jitsu. He trained Krav Maga. You mess with, like, I wasn't going to mess with that guy. If something was going down, I'm calling him.
Yeah, get behind him.
Yeah, and an amazing CrossFitter. And
now, is this Virginia or is this California?
This is California. Yep.
Okay.
And so they took me kind of under their wing. I think they could feel that they needed this. Like, and I work hard.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they saw. So at first, Chyna actually, I don't think she even liked me at first. Because here comes me, little miss like bikini competitor, bebopping in, my bright Lululemon clothes, thinking that I'm going to be able to just keep up with everybody.
Yeah.
CrossFit's tough.
It's so hard.
CrossFit's hard. And I have never lifted heavy. I had never done Olympic lifting.
Yeah.
But I went in there determined. I'm going to do this. And I think she liked that. She saw that I was there every day.
Yeah.
I didn't care how tired I was. I was showing up. I'm going to show them that I can do this.
Yeah.
And I need to show myself too. But at the time, I felt like that was my driving factor. You're going to like me. I'm going to make you like me.
There's something about somebody that just works hard.
Yeah.
That every coach I gravitate to that person.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't want them to burn out. I want to kind of feel them out, see what they're made of.
Yeah.
And it's we have a student at our academy at Sierra, and when Sierra first walked through the door, I saw so much raw talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And athleticism.
She's amazing.
And she's such a hard worker.
She is.
And I don't know, for some reason, I just want her to succeed.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna help that, right? So I'm sure they saw a lot of that in you.
Yeah. 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 They definitely, I feel like they really tried to like guide me in the right direction. And she could see that I was really enjoying the Olympic lifting. Like I'd never been able to move my body like that.
Yeah.
And this was cool. I'm like throwing this heavy weight over my head. And, it took time. And then I remember the first time that we really tried to go for the heaviest squat that I've ever done. And to this day, it's still one of my favorite things. I still have the video. And her and Freddy were there. And it was like they follow this special programming. And leading up to it, you keep trying to get to your 1 rep max. What is your 1 rep max? And I was so scared. I was like, I cannot fail. I cannot fail.
Yeah.
And I ended up squatting that day like 207.
Nice.
And I was I was just over the moon because I never thought in a million years that my 125-pound frame could ever push up 200 pounds.
I was going to say that was almost twice your body
and
weight.
Like I have that video and I can hear Freddy in the background screaming and Chyna's like, making sure I come all the way up. And it was like the best feeling in the world. And I realized then like I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
I'm actually an athlete. Like why did I not believe in myself before? Like during the competing, like in the bodybuilding, it was like I just really didn't believe that I was capable. I didn't really believe that I could actually be successful.